We begin with News Channel 3's Joe Galli live in Sugarloaf near the fire, where the community has stepped up to make things a little bit easier for firefighters. Joe.
Well, Karen, when you think about Big Bear and you think about the Big Bear area, you definitely think about camping, and that's certainly what hundreds of firefighters are doing on this softball field right now at Big Bear High School. They've pitched a bunch of tents. That's where they're going to go and catch some Z's after about a 16-hour shift of fighting the fire, which is just on the other side of Sugarloaf Mountain. Let's take a look at a map of where we are right now. As you can see, we are just west of the front lines, and the high school is kind of the best place to set up the command center. And I tell you, the community out here really has stepped up to help these firefighters out.
The terrain out there is really tough. We're talking 10,000 foot elevation at the most, and sometimes they're hiking up 2,000 feet a day or more. They're out there for 16 hours. They're really going to the T on this.
The lake fire has certainly been no picnic for firefighters, but they are making good progress.
We have no structure loss, and that's great. That's awesome. We did have to wrap a few historical structures the past 2 days as a precautionary thing, just in case the fire does come into that area.
Well, this is the kind of tough terrain we're talking about. Firefighters having to hike up hills just like this one, in many cases ones that are a lot steeper, and then they've got to encounter tripping hazards like this one here that could be on fire. Big Bear High School turned into a command post where hundreds of tents are set up for firefighters so they can catch some Z's between shifts.
This was logistically the best spot for the camp, for the firefighters. It's big enough. We've got here again the gymnasium for day sleeping. It's close to the fire, so we're not putting the firefighters in a longer time of travel. This just was the best spot, and they moved their whole graduation to do that.
Local residents showing their support, especially on Father's Day.
They gathered cards, Father's Day cards, and they gave one to each dad. These cards are filled out by the people in the community, and it just really touched us. We're out here working, missing our kids, so it just really made it extra special.
The firefighters want to give a big thank you to everybody who came out and everybody who's continuing supporting them as they do this incredibly hard and dangerous work. It is really treacherous up on that mountain. The good news is no new evacuations have been ordered at this time. The fire is primarily burning in a lot of wilderness area on the other side of the mountain, so no new structures being threatened, at least at this time. For now, reporting live in Sugarloaf, I'm Joe Galli for News Channel 3.